Hey y'all, so I'm done with pregnancy. I am 36 weeks and 6 days. And I have gone to the hospital 5 separate times this past week. So, literally Friday morning, 5 a.m., we went to the hospital to L&D. And again, I thought I was in labor because the contractions just kept coming and they're, continuous and painful. And so, from Friday morning, when they gave me a shot to stop my contractions, later Friday evening, they started back up again, and I went back in. They were like, oh, there's nothing we can do for you because your cervix is in between 2 and a 3. Third time I went in, they said, oh, your cervix is still in between a 2 and a 3. There's nothing we can do for you. Go home. Fourth time I go in, they were like, oh, your contractions are 5 minutes apart, and they are, consistent, and they were at a level 75. They were like, also, your son's pulse is dropping with contractions, so we're going to just do an ultrasound and make sure he's okay and the fluid's good, because I hadn't had one since 25 weeks of pregnancy. So they do an ultrasound. Everything came out great. He was fine. Chunky little baby, okay? Well, then they send me home. And the doctor that I kept having those 3 times, she said that she didn't believe that I was actually allergic to all narcotics. And she found it hard to believe that my symptoms were not just like everybody else's symptoms that takes narcotics. I was like, listen, lady, if I'm saying I'm allergic to something, stop questioning me. Stop doubting me. I don't want your dang narcotics. Stop it. I will deal with the pain rather than taking a narcotic, which takes a lot out of somebody when they're in that much pain, okay? Well, they sent me home for a 4th time. 5th time, I go in, which on the 4th time also, they did say that my cervix was at a 3, but it was only this much of a difference, so they weren't even going to bother considering that any kind of, progress. 5th time I go in yesterday evening, they measure me, say, oh, you're still at a 3, and there's really nothing we can do. Now, based on the fact that you're having all these contractions 5 minutes apart for, forever, and they're growing in intensity, and there's still no change to your cervix, we're going to go ahead and say that these are Braxton Hicks. And I was like, what? No, I've had Braxton Hicks. These are not Braxton Hicks. This is real labor crap. And she was like, no, some women actually experience what feels like real labor contractions, but it actually is Braxton Hicks if they're not changing your cervix. So I'm just one of those lucky, rare women that experience such severe Braxton Hicks. Anyway, she gave me some hydroxyzine, which is apparently, in the family of Benadryl. And I was like, do you think I'm crazy? What?